Welcome back. Everything slowed down like I was walking underwater. As I stepped forward in that viscous flow of time, I calmly measured the gap between us. Oh, that's right, we were fighting some of the weebs. With our difference in height, reach was my ultimate advantage. There was an ever so tiny distance between us where only my punch would be able to reach. I unleashed my iron fist of righteous anger, but it flew towards his face slowly, like I was punching underwater. Reacting to that, with a smirk on his face, the fatso easily slipped inside of my punch. Oh no. I hadn't realized it until now, but in this mired time, I was able to observe his baffling counterattack with almost painful clarity. His arm slowly swung around in a large windmill motion. He's about to get wrecked. Wrapped around my whiffed punch and descended in an arc. That arm swung around like the arms of a clock. I'm sorry, imagining all of this is absolutely hilarious in my head. And came into contact with my head, twisting my upper body around. These things happen. Dragging my head along, he followed through with another rotation. This time he rotated his entire body like a top, followed by another rotation. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot follow any of this in my mind, it's so silly. Combining defense and offense, it was a brilliant counter. That's right, 3 times I was thrown after 3 rotations, I think. In this viscous region of time, that is certainly a way of describing time. I was unable to struggle, and I could only wait dumbstruck until the moment I was thrown. The moment I was, that sluggish temporal anomaly abruptly ended. Crash. You lack training, young man. I was loath to admit it, but against somebody trained in martial arts, I couldn't win through force of will alone. What on earth am I reading? After my consciousness faded in a wave of dizziness. When I came to, I was lying down in my own seat. I mean, at least you've still got free dessert. Thankfully, you weren't injured. The more experienced waitress from before wiped the sweat from my brow with a towel. While she was doing that, a red-faced and teary-eyed Shion trudged over. Are you okay? Doing that all for my sake. I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. I wasn't much help. I've never won a fight before. No, you just trying to help made me happy. I'm not joking. It's just that I was thinking that it was lucky Kei-chan came here today. As she said that, she stuck her tongue out teasingly. Yes, that is how people react. Absolutely. She wiped off the whipped cream with the washcloth she was holding in her hands. Wait, what? Sonozaki-san, you can take your break now. You still have 1 or 2 hours left, don't you? Ah, no, it's fine. Even though it's just part-time, it's still a paying job. That's such a weird way of phrasing that. I want to work properly while I'm on the clock. So really, you don't have to worry about me. She couldn't even put up a brave front. I would never even think for a second that Mion could be that weak. This was Shion, and she had been harassed by some unreasonable riffraff. That was reality. Kei-chan, don't mind me. Please eat as much dessert as you can. When you're done, we'll have you fill out a survey. Well then, I've got to get back to the floor. After some consoling words and a sympathetic smile to Shion, the other waitress started to head back to work. That's where I stopped her. Excuse me, could I borrow your phone? The phone? It's by the register. I'll show you where. I pulled a 10 yen coin from my wallet. This wasn't about saving face. Wait, phone calls only cost 10 yen back in the 80s? Damn. My being a worthless coward was an unchangeable fact. But I could just cry myself to sleep about that later tonight. Now was not the time for tears. I had to fight. If I recall, 1 ticket is good for up to 4 people, right? Is it alright if I call over 3 more people? Yes, that's fine. For the time being, I'll write them down on the guest list. Could I have their names? Ooh, who are we inviting? I turned around and glared at the greasy hooligan who subjected Shion to that humiliation. There are 3 things that aren't working in your favor today, punk. The first is that I owe Shion. The second is that I'm a man who's not afraid to throw away his pride to win. And the third is that we're the most powerful club members in history. Ha ha ha. Please add Rena Ryugu, Satoko Hojo, and Rika Furude to the guest list. Understood, I'll do that. I'll have the best and most powerful club members join the fray. They can bring down 1,000 foes. You fat asses. Yeah, you tell them. Prepare to meet your maker. Wait, that's an upcoming game. This is a nice restaurant. Oh, the uniforms are cute. Nena wants to wear them too. Oh. On top of that, we're being treated to dessert. I'm deeply moved. Yeah, eat as much as you like. Don't worry about my share. Keiichi-san, enough with the charades. Charades? Charades? Let's get to the point. Nena and Nika-chan put down their forks when Satoko broached the subject. After looking at them for a few moments, I pressed my forehead firmly into the table. As you do. I beg of you. I don't care if you make fun of how pathetic I am. Please lend me your strength. The 3 of them seemed surprised by the sudden turn of events, but nevertheless listened to what I had to say without making fun of my unusual behavior. What's the matter? Something happened, didn't it? Actually, Mion's younger sister Shion is working part-time at this restaurant. Ah, that little sister you were talking about, right? Could it be her? Could it? She resembles her. Resemble? That's just Mion with her hair down, isn't it? I didn't know what to say. If Keiichi says that's Shion, then that's Shion. They might be twins, but can they really look that much alike? They're called monozygotic twins. That's a big word. They really can look identical. Then I gave the most plausible explanation so everybody else was convinced. Well then, do you believe me? I'll get to the point then. I recounted everything that had just happened. How Shion was targeted, how she was antagonized by the customers, and the humiliation that was forced upon her. Also how incredibly pathetic I was. I included everything without trying to hide it. That's awful. Poor Shi-chan. However, for you to be unable to help her, there should be a limit to how unsightly you can be. Trust Satoko to come in with the biggest shade. There's nothing I can say to that. Yeah, you just got burnt. Satoko-chan, to admit that you lost and to seek help is a very difficult thing to do. Keiichi-kun chose to help Shi-chan rather than save his pride. So pathetic. Lena's follow-up stung a bit, but I could only be thankful that she understood. Satoko was calling me all sorts of names, but there were no malign intentions behind her words. Then, what should we do? Her voice was monotone, but there was a hint of resolve in her words. I replied to Rika-chan's suggestive silence in kind with my own quiet resolve. What? Why would you phrase any of that way? Well, I thought it would be something like that. It is a bit much for Keiichi-san to handle alone. Huh? Then you'll help? Of course, Keiichi-kun. We'll help anybody who's being bullied. I remembered when I was cornered by those thugs. What Shion had said about the strong feeling of solidarity in Hinamizawa really began to hit home. However, Keiichi Maebara, now is not the time to get choked up with tears of gratitude. Now is the time to fight. Sorry, I owe you one. You tried your best, but didn't stand a chance alone. How sad, how sad. Too bad, so sad. Nika-chan gently pat my head for me. But there was no mindless pity in the palm of that hand. It was overflowing with the strong, dependable feeling of, leave the rest to us. Mion can't join us due to various circumstances, so I'll temporarily be taking command. Our strategy will revolve around Shion's defense and the extermination of the enemy's combat capability. Who's the enemy? Are there a lot of them? From this point forward, anybody who messes with Shion shall be considered an enemy combatant. There are no rules of engagement. Compensation will be the dessert you just ate. Any questions? Everybody had already entered club mode, their eyes peering at the riffraff clamoring around inside the restaurant, like predators stalking their prey from the darkness. Nika-chan held up her hand. What is it, Nika-chan? Do we have to show mercy? No mercy, only blood. Of course we don't have to. We have no need to show mercy to the rabble that would dare lay a finger on Mion's little sister. Yeah, you tell him. Then it's okay, Keiichi. Nika-chan was serious. She was really ready to pretty much murder someone. Get him, Nika-chan! I'm counting on you, Nika-chan. I, Keiichi Maebara, shall assume all responsibility. Rout them. Wait, what? What does that mean? Alrighty. Nena's going to do her best too. Sorry, please do. What? Keiichi-san, you don't have to be so tense. Well, just wait and see. By the time you finish that parfait, we'll have finished cleaning up too. Yeah, get 'em! Get their asses! Well then, everyone, let's give it our all. Go for it. Yay! Yay! Thus, the most powerful warband the world had ever known, trained by Mion, began to move. I was the oldest, the only boy, and behaved like a leader, but when you consider our club activities, I was by far the most junior member. Individually, everyone besides me had terrifying combat capabilities. If all of them combined their strengths to protect Shion, I couldn't even imagine. I was probably about to witness something terrible and awe-inspiring. Sonozaki-san! 5 deluxe parfaits for table 7. Sure thing. Shion carried the order to the tables. For Shion to carry all 5 parfaits without wobbling took so much effort that she didn't have the breathing room to pay attention to her feet. Comrades, here she comes yet again. This time we'll have her spill everything on my pants and have her, oh no, I'm not reading that. It was the same wipey scheme that had occurred just a short time earlier. This time another of them was trying it out for himself. The very depravity of these men was itself a full-out attack. Nena, this is Keiichi. Ambush them around tables 5 and 6. Nena, do you copy? The restaurant's uniforms, so cute! Oh, I want to take them home. Shion, her bottom swaying, while carrying the parfaits, was being chased by an equally swaying Nena. Sorry, the image of that is just amazing. She was supposed to be escorting Shion. But Lena was instead transfixed by the back of her uniform. These things happen. From a normal person's point of view, it was probably like having a fox guard a hen house. But when it comes to Lena, things are different. Indeed they are. Cute mode, 120% synchronization. We've won. When Nena's in that state, even the laws of physics don't apply. Shion's legs, unsteady and defenseless, were being targeted by those sleazebags. Now, my comrades. What? Oh my word, why? Shining Lucifer of the Harumi Mecha. What am I reading? A leg snaked out to trip Shion's defenseless feet. Egads! 3 of them at once! Oh, pow, pow, pow. Thap, thap, thap. Yeah. Oomph. Hua. It happened in an instant. The three fools writhed in pain as their legs bent at unnatural angles. Arg? Question mark? What is this madness? No, this is Sparta. Lena teetered into view and gave them a warning? Question mark. Oh, no mischief, okay? Stars. No means no. No. Yeah, you tell him, Lena. Lena's going to be the one to take her home. This girl, what's with this strange technique? The human scum clutched at their bruised ankles as they passed out. That's our Lena-san. No matter how many times I see it, it's always frighteningly quick. Yeah, it's an unbreakable barrier. Anyone within a 2-meter radius who attacks Shion is completely obliterated by Lena. Bam bam! As Shion was making her rounds through the restaurant, there were people here and there collapsing with welts on their legs or hands. How stars. Keiichi-kun, this is Lena. There's nobody left that'll bother Shi-chan, so I'm going to take her home now. Lena, this is Keiichi. Good work. Please continue the mission. Also, permission to take home denied. Repeat, permission to take home denied. Then I'll just look. Stars, how? I guess just looking is fine. That wouldn't prevent her from guarding Shion, so I guess it's okay. Anyway, thanks to this, I knew who had tried to mess with Shion. Anybody who was clutching at their arm or leg while they were writhing in agony was basically branded by their bruises. Currently, we have finished identifying all enemy forces. Proceeding to the next phase. Satoko, this is Keiichi. What's your status? This is Satoko. That's a rude way to ask. Keiichi-san, exactly who do you think I am? Satoko was in the kitchen. That writes itself. She had spread open a sketch of the restaurant on the counter, replete with order chits? What's a chit? And their destinations, and was now sorting through the freshly made desserts. Hey, what are you doing? Now, stars. Sonozaki-san, it's all right. Just leave it to her. More importantly, we're taking all these orders out at once, so I'm counting on you. The veteran waitress was briskly directing her juniors as the trays went out one after another. All the desserts that had passed through Satoko's hands were delivered at once. How? Lots of cute desserts are coming. How? I think you know this, but don't touch them. At least if you still value your life. I know, but how? Certainly, they were all incredibly cute-looking desserts. They were all works of art that you could enjoy before even taking your first bite. However, since Satoko had meddled with them, they were nothing more than an unpredictable danger. Did she put laxatives in them? Blissfully ignorant of the fact were the men now stuffing their faces. This is irk. Almost right away, they realized that something was wrong. Satoko, what did you mix in there? It couldn't have been salt or Tabasco, right? My, what are you saying, Keiichi-san? You said no mercy. I might not look it, but when I get down to business, I like to be very thorough. As she said that, she twirled a dubious file in her fingers before putting it away smartly into her pouch. Rika, this is Satoko. The customers are moving. Escort duty is all yours. Leave it to me. Come to think of it, I didn't see Rika-chan anywhere. Where could she be lurking? Clatter clatter. Several men stood up suddenly from their seats, surveying the restaurant for something. That restless fidgeting, and that look of relief when they found the single placard hanging from the ceiling. Written on that was the word restroom. It was laxatives. They began a mad rush in that direction. It wasn't just one or two people. All the people that were branded as the enemy were standing up from their seats while clutching at their stomachs. Oh, I think I was a little too greedy. Where's the washroom? Mew 2. Oh, I feel dirty even reading that. It's just, oh. Not a Nyamba 1, but a Nyamba 2. Thank you. That's exactly what my day needed. To read that. I need to cash out meow. Where's the toilet? I found eat. You're in for it now. Oh, that's so bad. I felt dirty just thinking about what Satoko probably did to their desserts. I feel dirty having to read all of that. The problem was how to follow this up. I was intrigued, so I followed the rush of men to the washroom. The narrow hallway connecting to the restroom was crammed with about 10 men. What is this? As I peered over to see what was happening, whoa! It seemed that the toilet was clogged, ew, and backflowing, ew, unleashing a loud gurgling sound and a terrible stench, ew. There was no way to use it in this state. Damn that Satoko, what a frightening display of power. No, this wasn't Satoko's doing. It was divine punishment. Yeah, they were just unlucky. I'll just apologetically ask one of the employees here to clean it up. I can't do my business like this. What do we do meow, comrades? It was a brilliant combination of traps, but it would be better if there were one more push to the kicker. What? Seeing as it was Satoko, she wouldn't have overlooked that. Meow that it's come to this. It's time for the last resort. Faced with a moral dilemma, that man only had one other option. Women's restroom. Isn't using the girls' room going to get us in trouble? I'm pretty sure there's no female customers today. Why didn't I think of that before? Ew, no, why? What a brazen bunch they are. The men, sweat now pouring from their brows, made a mad rush to the girls' room without any hesitation. Me? Noah? There was girl there. Put that on a shirt. I could not have said that any better myself. There was girl there. It was Nika-chan. There was girl there. The men stood there, frozen in various complicated poses, indicating their surprise. There was girl there. Nika-chan also seemed dumbfounded by this sudden turn of events. Yes, aren't we all? But the look on her face was strangely perfect. This was all part of the plan as well. You sly dog, Nika-chan. I should never underestimate you. This is, you see, mademoiselle. Me? The men's room is a bit dangerous at the moment, so we just want to borrow the toilet here, right? Meow. Meow. Me. But I guess it's not right after all. Right, my comrades? Just by having a girl stand there in the restroom, I never knew it could put up such an overwhelming barrier. There was no way anybody could be brave enough to lift Nika-chan out of the way to try to do their business. This was the most they could do after all. If it were a man in full club mode, for example, someone like me, they would plow through Nika-chan without a second thought. Now what are you going to do, you fat asses? You tell them. The price for tormenting Shion still hasn't been paid. If you're in trouble, I can help you. That would be much appreciated. How would you do that? you can use one of the toilets outside. I'll show you to them. That would be perfect. Please. Oh, please. Really? Really? At this rate, it'll end up becoming group enema prey. Why? I'm in pain. Nika-chan, with a pleasant smile on her face, guided them with a casual stride in her step. In this race against time, her slow pace was sadistic torture. Mademoiselle, is this toilet far from here? We'll get there soon. Obeying Nika-chan's directions, they were about to leave the restaurant. Keiichi-kun, finish it. Give 'em hell. Yeah, leave it to me. I spread my arms out and blocked them as they tried to leave the restaurant. What is the meaning of this? We're at DEFCON 1 here. Listen up, you tubs of lard. You know what happens if you even set one foot outside this door, right? What is the meaning of this preposterous statement? Look, it's written right here on the ticket. Not valid for re-entry. See? You're free to use any toilet you want, but the moment you step outside that door, you can't come back. Boo! Mic drop. You remember this? I don't want to guide anybody who says scary things like that. Everybody panicked as Nika-chan began to turn back. They could only figuratively and literally fall in line. All the waitresses also lined up to see them off. Thank you very much for coming, stars. We shall return. Clang, clang. The bell rang playfully as the door shut behind them. How pathetic. Too easy. GG easy. We did it. Yay! Nana and Satoko clapped their hands together. Phew. I couldn't hold a candle to those guys by myself, but when we get the group together, we sent them packing like a herd of cattle. With opponents this week, any of us could take them on by ourselves. Keiichi-san, you need to up your game. I was loath to admit it, but Satoko was right. Damn it. One day I'll be strong enough to be worthy to stand alongside them. But I'm really glad we were able to protect Mi-chan's little sister. Now there's none of those bad people who were pulling pranks left. You're blessed to have such wonderful friends, Sonozaki-san. The veteran waitress was also smiling. After the herd was sent packing, it had calmed down completely inside the restaurant. Shion was flustered as she glanced between us and the now empty seats. You did that? For me? I mean... Shion's expression was somewhere between happy and guilt-ridden. Her face had turned slightly red as she ran into the kitchen. Whoa, Shi-chan is cute. They really are twins. Oh. Given Shion's personality, there's no way she'd thank us directly. We might have been a bit excessive in our means, but I'm really glad we were able to save her. I think you know this already, but Sonozaki-san is very grateful. As a representative of the floor staff here, I also extend my gratitude. Clap, 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 clap. The applause quickly spread throughout the entire restaurant, and then everybody clapped! Not only the other waitresses, but also the customers that were genuinely there to enjoy the desserts. Everyone was lauding our efforts. Normal human interactions. When we had mostly finished eating and were filling out the survey, Nika-chan made her return. Oh, good work. Did everything go all right? You took a while. I'm sorry. I got lost on the way back. It was a lot of trouble. Ha. Nika-chan likes to stray down some pretty strange roads, so she gets lost pretty often. How did she get lost just guiding people to a nearby toilet? These things happen. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. Rika has a lot of strong points that more than make up for that. I can see that. That expression in the girls' room. You're quite the thespian. Indeed. Keiichi was being horrible. He was thinking, if I were in their shoes, I'd just run her over and rush into the washroom. What? Did what I was thinking show up on my face again? Keiichi-kun was a pervert. No, I mean, wahahaha. Indeed. Alright, well, we're going to end this episode here. That was certainly an eventful episode. We got rid of all of the weirdos in the restaurant, and I had to read things that I now need to bleach from my mind. Thank you for forcing me to read that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Looks like we're getting into some interesting stuff here, if this one line is anything to go by. Come back next week and let's find out. I'll see you then. See ya.